In the quaint market town of Chudleigh, nestled in the Tean Valley of South Devon, where limestone cliffs rise like ancient guardians and the River Tean flows through pastoral meadows, stands the Bishop Lacy Inn, the oldest building in town. Its blackened timbers and sagging roof a testament to centuries of survival. Built in the 14th century as the summer residence of Bishop Edmund Lacy, a revered yet enigmatic Bishop of Exeter, the inn has borne witness to the flux of time, its stone walls soaking in the echoes of prayer and penance. Now, long after its ecclesiastical days, the inn is haunted by the restless spirit of Bishop Lacy himself, his ghostly presence a solemn reminder of a life marked by faith, turmoil, and an unbreakable bond to the place he once called sanctuary. The story begins in the 1420s, during the twilight of Bishop Edmund Lacy's tenure as Bishop of Exeter. A man of deep piety and scholarly bent, Lacy was appointed bishop in 1420. His reign spanning a turbulent era of plague, rebellion, and ecclesiastical reform. Known for his ascetic habits and fervent devotion, he often sought solace away from the bustle of Exeter, retreating to his summer residence in Chudleigh, a modest manor that blended the austerity of a monastery with the comfort of a rural retreat. Here, amidst the rolling hills of the Tean Valley, Lacy penned sermons, meditated in a small oratory overlooking the river, and tended to the spiritual needs of the local parish. His presence a blessing to the villagers who revered him as a living saint. But beneath his saintly exterior lay a man burdened by guilt. Some whispered of a secret sin, a penance unfulfilled, though history records no such scandal. When Lacy died in 1455, aged and frail, his body was interred in Exeter Cathedral. But his spirit, it seems, remained tethered to the Chudleigh manor he loved, a place that would one day become the Bishop Lacy Inn. By the 16th century, the manor had ceased to serve ecclesiastical purposes, its halls repurposed into an inn as Chudleigh grew into a bustling market town along the Exeter-Plymouth Road. The Bishop Lacy Inn, as it came to be called, retained its medieval charm. Its low ceilings crisscrossed with oak beams, its walls panelled in darkened wood, its windows narrow slits that let in slivers of light like stained glass. Travellers and locals alike gathered in its taproom, their laughter echoing where once only prayers had sounded. But as the centuries turned, whispers emerged of a spectral figure haunting the inn. A tall, gaunt man in the black robes of a bishop, his face shadowed by a mitre, his hands clasped as if in eternal prayer. The ghost of Bishop Lacy, they said, walked these halls, his presence marked by the faint scent of incense and the soft murmur of Latin chants in the stillness of the night. The earliest recorded sighting came in 1689, when a weary coachman named Nathaniel Furse, bedding down in the inn's attic room after a long journey, awoke to the sound of footsteps pacing the floorboards below. Peering down the narrow staircase, he saw a figure in black robes gliding through the taproom, a silver cross glinting at his breast, his voice muttering words in a tongue Furse could not understand. The air grew cold, the fire in the hearth dimming as if snuffed by an unseen hand, and Nathaniel fled to the stable, refusing to return until dawn. His tale spread through Chudleigh, and the inn's reputation as a haunted haven began to take root, drawing the curious and the devout in equal measure. Over the centuries, Bishop Lacy's ghost became a fixture of the inn's lore. In 1793, a barmaid named Mary Coombe claimed she encountered him in the cellar while fetching a cask of ale. She turned to find him standing by the stone wall, his eyes fixed on her with a sorrowful intensity, before he faded into the shadows, leaving behind a faint whiff of beeswax and myrrh. In 1856, a traveling antiquarian named Richard Mortimer, staying at the inn while researching medieval ecclesiastical history, awoke to the sound of a quill scratching parchment in the dead of night. He followed the noise to the oratory, now a storage room, and saw the bishop seated at a phantom desk, his mitre tilted low, writing furiously before vanishing as the clock struck 3. Mortimer later wrote that the air was thick with a weight of unfulfilled duty, as if Lacy's spirit were bound to complete some eternal task. The 20th century brought more sightings, each one adding to the inn's mystique. In 1924, the landlord's daughter, a girl of 12 named Alice Natman, saw the bishop standing by the taproom hearth on Christmas Eve, his hands raised as if in blessing, his voice humming a Latin hymn that filled her with a strange peace, before he dissolved into the firelight. In 1972, a group of students from Exeter University, staying overnight after a pub crawl, reported hearing footsteps pacing the upper corridor, accompanied by the faint toll of a distant bell, though the inn had no such bell, and glimpsed a black-robed figure at the end of the hall, vanishing into the wall where the oratory once stood. Locals speculate on why Bishop Lacy lingers. Some believe his spirit remains tied to the inn as a guardian, his faith anchoring him to the place where he found solace amidst a troubled world. Others whisper of a penance unfinished, perhaps a vow broken, or a sin unconfessed that keeps him from rest. The inn's current landlord, a stout man named George Slatter, who took over in the 1990s, keeps a small shrine in the old oratory, a candle and a cross on a wooden table, claiming it keeps the bishop's spirit at peace. He means no harm, George often says, pouring a dram of sherry for the ghost on quiet nights. He's just watching over us, like he did in life. Today, the Bishop Lacy Inn stands as Chudleigh's oldest relic, its walls steeped in history and mystery, its taproom a haven for those who seek the warmth of ale and the chill of a good ghost story. On quiet evenings, when the Tean Valley sleeps under a blanket of mist, some patrons claim to hear the faint echo of Latin chants or catch a glimpse of a black-robed figure in the corner of their eye. Bishop Lacy's ghost endures, a solemn spectre bound to the inn he loved, his presence a bridge between the sacred and the secular, a reminder that in Chudleigh the past is never truly past. It walks among the living, clad in black and whispering prayers into the night. Many thanks for treading this tale's dark path. If its chill gripped you, follow, subscribe, and comment below.